I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, August the 21st, 2015. At least 4 rockets were fired at northern Israel last night. 2 landed in the Upper Galilee and 2 in the Golan Heights. No damage or injury was reported. The IDF said it believed the fire originated from the Quneitra area in Syria and was deliberate, and that Islamic Jihad, with funding from Iran, was responsible. Israel's Air Force retaliated for the rockets with airstrikes, including early this morning targeting a vehicle carrying 4 to 5 men, Islamic Jihad members, said to be directly responsible for the rocket fire, killing them. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu confirmed the hit and restated his warning, saying, "I said this week that whoever attempts to harm us, we will harm, and that's exactly what we did." Israel this week firmly rejected reports that it is holding indirect talks with terror group Hamas. Hamas Political Bureau Chief Khalid Mashal said today that the terror group is engaged in indirect talks with Israel. He told London-based Arab-language daily newspaper Al-Arabi Al-Jadid that the supposed talks are moving in a positive direction. They reportedly relate to a possible ceasefire in the south. Mashal also claimed that one of the intermediaries in the talks is former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. On Monday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office, which normally refrains from even responding to such reports, stated that Israel formally clarifies that there are no meetings with Hamas, neither directly, through third countries, nor through mediators. U.S. Ambassador to Israel Dan Shapiro weighed in on the discord between Israel and the U.S. over the nuclear deal with Iran. In an exclusive interview with Ynet, Shapiro said it was important to recognize the deep disagreement, saying it's not a comfortable situation for good friends to be in. But Shapiro also suggested that talks between the U.S. and Israel should begin now regarding how to deal with the new reality if the Iran deal is approved by Congress. He said Israel is choosing not to conduct such talks at the moment. Shapiro also said he wanted to reassure the citizens of Israel, "We are committed to their safety, and that commitment is as strong as ever. It is in our interest," he said, "it is our moral obligation." And President Barack Obama will address the Jewish community in the U.S. about the Iran deal in a webcast later this month. The webcast is set for August the 28th. It is being co-sponsored by the Jewish Federations of North America and the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations. The 2 organizations sponsored a webcast earlier this month with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu also addressing the Iran deal. Meanwhile, New York Jewish Democratic Congressman Gerald Nadler said today that he will support the Iran deal. Nadler said concerns by Israel about the deal were absolutely legitimate. He also condemned what he called poisonous rhetoric from some on both sides of the debate and said support for the deal does not make someone anti-Israel. Nadler said, "I have been an extremely vocal, unrelenting, strong supporter of Israel for my entire career. I will continue to be so and refuse to allow anyone to question my long record or my commitment." He said it was in large part because of his support for Israel that he supports the Iran deal, believing it is the best option for the security of both the U.S. and Israel. President Obama had written a letter to Nadler this week reiterating the U.S.'s commitment to Israel's security, which the president called sacrosanct. Obama also vowed to increase missile defense funding to Israel and said that if Iran fails to meet its commitments, quote, "all of the options available to the United States, including the military option, will remain available." Jewish groups are condemning a Norwegian film festival for their rejection of an Israeli film. The Human Rights, Human Wrongs Film Festival of Oslo reportedly told Israeli director Ro'i Zafrani that they could not show his film because they support the academic and cultural boycott of Israel. Zafrani's film is a documentary about children with disabilities. National Director of the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt, said of the boycott pushed by the BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions Campaign, which he said aims to isolate and demonize Israel and deny the Jewish people their right to self-determination and a homeland. He asked the mayor of Oslo to either obtain a statement from the festival renouncing its anti-Israel boycott or withdraw the funding for the festival. Founder and dean of the Simon Wiesenthal Center, Rabbi Marvin Heyer, also condemned the boycott, saying it is pure and simple, nothing but an act of Jew hatred. And taking a look now at our JBS programming for tonight, Friday, August the 21st. Live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed at 7:30 by a concert with singer-songwriter Michelle Citrin. At 8 o'clock, an overview of the creation and history of Israel presented by Dr. Stephen Burke, a professor of history at Union College. At 9 o'clock, episode 1 of Faith and Fate, the story of the Jewish people in the 20th century, a Beryl Wine Destiny series film. At 10 o'clock, take a tour of the Old City of Jerusalem, and at 10:30, Musica with musician and singer Asi Meskin. That's tonight on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, August the 21st, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.